suddenly his feel for the three-point shot has left him. It's been a tough go the past 5 games. The percentage from long range not close to what it was earlier, but he's not going to give up on it, and he'll try to get it going here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Warriors, Green down low with Looney. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Curry. And it's Mulder in at the 3 slot.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. And George kicks to Leonard. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
Pass to Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And it's the Clippers' ball. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
It looked like there were communication breakdowns all night. Deadly, especially when you're on the road.
Mulder misses.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it. And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Curry gets the bucket.
The beauty of Draymond as a facilitator really sees the entire floor.
Wiggins against George. Lets the 3 fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence, and so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that part.
First one falls for him. And some changes here for the Warriors. Toscano's checked in, and Kelly Oubre subbed in for Steph Curry. And Los Angeles with some changes. He's perfect from the line this time. 1:24 left here in the first quarter. Pass to Batum. Now Kennard. And there's the pass to Mann. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Clippers shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. And he makes the first. And the Warriors making a change here. Poole's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Warriors trail by 4. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Now, here's Oubre. He's tightly guarded. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And he makes that one.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Warriors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Golden State moving it around. The 17-footer. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Pass to Rondo. Inside. And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist by Rondo.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
Poole, the pass to Oubre. Here's Poole. He's covered by Rondo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Two.
The first free throw is good, and the Clippers making a switch here. He hits both from the strike.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Kennard for 3. That shot off. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for young players to acclimate themselves to the NBA.
You know, this game, it's a physical game, obviously, but, a lot of it is mental. So, just, making sure you're thinking while you're out there is, one of the big things for me. One of the things I've kind of learned since I've been in the league.
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Batum. Rajon Rondo is out there with Kennard. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's man in at the small forward position. And the first one at the line is good. Well, we know the playoffs are right around the corner. Greg, do you think any of these teams change their approach for playoff contenders?
Kev, goal number 1 is health. Outside of that, you're looking at seeding. You're trying to fine-tune, but you want to just get it dialed in and get ready for what's about to be a marathon run, you hope, in the postseason.
Find that fine-tuning.
Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Top of the key, Looney. Back to Bazemore. 5 on the clock. It's blocked.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Now here's Lee. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. In the corner, Oubre. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, and maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls, and the Warriors with some changes. Green, he's checked in for Looney. Wiggins comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Curry subbed in for Damian Lee. And both free throws good for Oubre. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Jackson passes to Zubac. To the inside. George. And George with the stuff.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Curry against Jackson.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
Leonard kicks to Jackson. Lob pass to George, and stolen by Wiggins. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it, and Green slams it in.
This is where Curry's excellent. Ball in hand, making decisions. The Warriors took a big chance on trading for Wiggins. The Wolves were so desperate to get rid of his contract, they added a top 3 protected first-round pick into the package.
Drains the three-pointer.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
And it's Green with the jam.
At 6'7", Draymond is always capable of skying up for slams like that one.
And the Warriors, in their own right, got rid of D'Angelo Russell's huge contract, but the deal was also about fit.
It was, GA. At the time, they were looking for a small forward, and Andrew Wiggins put them in the mind of a Harrison Barnes. He's more athletic, though. And then for the Wolves, D'Angelo Russell was a guy they needed in the backcourt. Interesting to see how both these guys' career end up.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Paul George. 10th in free throw shooting, and his sweet shooting stroke places him in the top 15 league-wide in three-point percentage. You've got to play him tight.
And yeah, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time. Cool. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. .54 seconds left to play here in the half. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC, 5 first-round picks, and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
That free throw good from George.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Outside, Green. Back to Curry. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Steph Curry. And then for Los Angeles, Patterson comes in for Leonard. And it's Batum in for George. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Clock at 6. Here's Poole. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
The Warriors have been perfect so far from the free throw line. 6
Mind
for
the
6.
lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect in the line so far here in the second quarter.
And the strength of Rondo finishing through contact.
Here's Poole. 5 points in the game. Passes to Bazemore. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Los Angeles on top, up by 12. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets the production speak for itself.
Maybe that's why George has handpicked Kawhi to team up with. The only drama that George causes is to the opponent.
Yeah, he has all the MVP, but for him, it's not about the awards. He's focused on the titles.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Green down low with Looney. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Steph Curry. And it's Mulder in at the small forward. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Curry, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Shot on the wing. The rebound by Paul George. Los Angeles leading by 14.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And so here is Golden State. Paul George making his last shot. Wiggins passes to Curry. That 3 off the mark. LA has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game.
And PG, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
The Clippers shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Oubre is checked in for the Warriors.
One shot.
Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
That's something that I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
Finally getting one to fall. They were 0 for 3 to start this half.
And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. And the Warriors making a change here. Toscano's checked in. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Mann's checked in. Here's George. The shot, no good. So Golden State will take it the other way. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
For Los Angeles, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. 17-point game. Pass to Oubre. Kicks it to Green. Golden State moving the ball around. With some arc, and it goes down 2 points. 6 points for Steph Curry.
The floater is a tough shot, and Stephen Curry has mastered it.
Here's Leonard. Great tee that time from Green.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
George against Wiggins. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Timeout called the Warriors. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Warriors. Damian Lee comes in for Curry.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Green. He's putting up 6 points a night, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
Now, here's Bazemore. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. And the wide-open shot from Green. Almost, but it rolls out. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's George, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
First free throw is good.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Lee kicks it to Looney. Here's Toscano. No points in the game yet for him. Bazemore, Kennard with the rebound. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Eight seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Here's Mulder. Can't hit from in close.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Luke Kennard out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Patterson in at the 5 spot. Morris, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pulls up on the wing. Mulder misses. Clippers leading by 15. Rondo looking around. The pass to Kennard. To the middle. Just 5 to shoot. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And when he's aggressive, watch out. Morris finishing through the contact, now going to the line to try and add one more.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo.
One shot.
Free throw good for Morris.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
Here's Looney. Pass to Mulder. Wiggins dishes to Curry. From downtown. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard finds Jackson. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. Oubre's checked in for the Warriors. Curry against Jackson. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. Passes it to Zubac. He kicks it to Leonard. George looking over the floor. Here's Morris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Good on both. And, Smitty, we see the success and the great talent level in the WNBA. Do you ever think we're going to see a woman on an NBA roster?
Well, Kevin, that's a good question. Let's look at the history of the game. We've had 2 women drafted, Denise Long back in 1969 and Lucia Harris in 1977. I will say this, Kevin, I do believe so. I think in my era, there's one player I got a chance to watch and play against that could have played for sure was Cheryl Miller.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Los Angeles.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Paul George.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
It's not going to go for him, and it's the Warriors taking it the other way. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. So it's long.